Hello everyone, this is Khashayar and welcome to my GUI programming tutorials. For this series, I choose Tkinter because it comes with Python as a standard library. And if you don't know what is Tkinter is, or Tkinter, we just call it Tkinter or Tkinter or whatever you want to call it. Actually, Tkinter is very popular because it's a very big community, and as I said, because it's come with Python as standard library, so you don't need to do any extra downloading or something like that. And TK is actually it's kind of standard library for many other languages, and if I don't mistake, it's kind of wrapper around TCL, TK, and other languages also using it. And also it's not the only framework that you can use to write your GUI programs with it in Python. Actually, there are other modules like WXPython, for example, which is also cross-platform, and I think it's native for C++. I'm not sure if I remember correctly. And another one, I think it's PyQt, which is built on Qt library. So, but for this series, I'm going to focus on just TK. And because Python don't have GUI programming feature built in to the language itself, because of that, you have to use extra module to write your GUI, or kind of graphical user interface. And actually anything that for example, any program that have constant interaction with a user beside the keyboard, so like you have some input from the keyboard, but imagine you have a mouse, or you have touch on the mobile phones or tablets, or for example you have joystick, whatever. Constant interaction between user and program is an event. So Pygame, for example, GUI programming, or even Turtle, all of them are kind of event-driven programming, because you are dealing with events constantly. If you remember, for example, in a Turtle module, we are listening to event by turtle.listen, or in Pygame we are getting the event or waiting for event with pygame.get, event.get, and in TK also we are constantly interacting with user. So for this, for a couple of first or second tutorial, I'm going to introduce you to very basic features of Tkinter, and I think maybe in second video or third video we are starting to write our real program, which is kind of inventory manager with GUI. So we are also doing GUI programming and also kind of Python programming, like backend programming, how you want to call it. And for that, I would think if I'm going to go with my original program, which doesn't have the database, or if I'm going to add or tweak my original program to use real database. I don't know. So let's create a file here. We call it GUI1.py because these are like just for training. I don't know, whatever name you want to have it. So, and we just call it. Now I'm going to use gedit for writing Python. Why not? So GUI1.py. Alright. So first thing first, we need to import the module. Import Tkinter. We can also import it like Tkinter as T, or from Tkinter, for example, import everything, but we just keep it very simple. Import Tkinter. Okay, now let's create a function. Define main, and there we create the main window. So create main window. It's like in Turtle or Py game we are creating the screen. So it is just a variable. You can call it, as I said before, don't call it a single letter like SP, or just call it something meaningful like Windows, main Windows, but normally they call it root or master or main window. I used to call it main window. Main window equal tkinter dot capital T K and parentheses, and we need to have main loop. So create a main loop. No, okay, tkinter main loop. We have to call the tkinter main loop. I'm going to call it TK or Tinker. I don't know, because it's kind of weird. Tkinter every time I have to focus. So tkinter or dot main loop and parentheses, and after we call the function just main. So we save it and we say Python 3 and GUI1.py. Now we have our box. This is our main window. There are many widgets, and widgets is kind of how I can explain it. That widget is, imagine like small functions that you can interact with your box and with your program. And in Tkinter you have 15 different widgets like buttons, canvas, or for example entry frame, I don't know, message box or menu button, and this kind of stuff. And you don't have to use all of them in your programming or in your program. It depends on your design and what you want to do exactly with that program. So now we have the TK, and and you can close it by just click on close button, and this is your first GUI program, first GUI what you can write. Now one more time, you see here in top of the box the title bar is just TK. We can change it. We can come down here and say main window dot title, and title we can write my first GUI with smiley, and Control S, and then we have it. No, main window. Oh, that's my bad. Machine window. No, machine window, main window. Yeah, now you have your title on top of the box. And what else we can do for this tutorial? Let's create a label. Everything goes same, and now we come here and can say, we just comment it first, like create a label. And label widget. Okay, and there we can say label equal Tkinter dot label, capital L, and where this label going to be is on our main windows, so we have to refer it here, main window, and we have to define the text. What is like text on the label will be hello with double O, hello, and or hello world, but I'm kind of sick of this hello world, just hello. Okay, now let's see, nothing going to happen because where is my another terminal Python 3 and GUI 1.5. okay, you see we still don't have the label, because when you create a widget on Tkinter, you have to apply it and stamp it on the window. You have to place it on the main window. So this can be done by pack or by other methods, which I'm going to teach you also. Now, for now, we just say label dot pack, and we have hello. It's very, very small. Oh, actually I lost it. It's very small, and normally by default the window is shrinking and try to cope with the size of the labels. So when you have more label, the screen is going to stretch or is going to just shrink until you define some geometry for your main box, which I'm going to do it in next video. Okay, but before we go away and finish this lesson, I'm going to change this, and let's, instead of doing it by function, let's create a class with Tkinter. It's good practice for object-oriented programming, and also normally when you do GUI programming for any other backend or whatever, when you want to connect them, it's better to have better you do it with classes. Also, it's same for graphics or games. So let's create what we call it, class class GUI, and here we say we have to define the init method, init self. And if you don't know what is init method, it's a special method, a special function which call it itself at the beginning of the class, and you don't need to call it. It's referring to the object itself. And now we just say create a main window, and here we say self dot main window equal Tkinter dot capital TK, and the bottom we go down a little bit and we say Tkinter dot main loop, and we create one object. We say test GUI equal GUI, not GUI, GUI. Control S and see if it's going to work. Yes, it's working. It's same. As you see, there are many different ways to write a class, many different ways to write a program, many different ways to mix those things, mix the classes and functions, everything. It depends on the program, depends on the functionality, and depends on how you really like to do it. Sometimes, if you don't have to sacrifice the functionality for the sake of your personal taste. Alright, what else we need to do? It's going to be same. We just create here a label. Actually, we can have self dot main window dot label. It's called class GUI. Okay. No. Oh, label. I made a mistake somewhere. I think maybe. No. What? Oh, what happened here? Oh, title, not label. Sorry, I'm a little bit kind of confused normally, but this is how I am. Okay, class GUI. Here we have. What else we need to do? Let's create a same label but in the class. So create label and label. And what we need to do is we say self dot hello label. Just self dot hello label equal Tkinter dot label, and where this label going to be? On self dot main window. And what is the text for that label? Equal hello with a smiley. And here pack the label on the main window. Okay, so self dot hello label dot pack. It should be okay for yes. We have very small hello here. Class GUI, which is this line here, and our label is here. Alright, so this would be enough for first lesson, and I won't stretch it so much. I will try to develop this example a little bit in the next video, and from third video we are going to work on the real program with backend and the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to design. I designed it before. I don't remember when I wrote that program. I think I was just started Python maybe 2-3 years ago. I'm not sure. Around that time I wrote the program, and I'm going to design first the GUI, and after we continue with backend. The backend is kind of bold terminology, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of very professional backend. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like my videos, please subscribe, and I will continue to make tutorials. Thanks again, and I see you in next video.